You are the only one responsible for your results. But are you really? Ciao and welcome back to my channel where we explore how to develop your soft skills and create the life you desire. Today we're going to understand a bit more about the concept of proactivity. Maybe you've heard about this word, maybe you've never heard about it. Don't worry, I'm going to guide you not only through what it is, but also the 5 different levels of proactivity that really affect your life. Very often we hear about this thing, you are responsible for your life, you're responsible for your results. And right now, I know that there may be certain people that when hearing this may think, yeah, but if that thing happens to me, how am I responsible for that? If a colleague behaves in a certain way, how am I responsible for that? Well, I'm not here today to talk about whether you are responsible or not for what the external world provides you. However, what I want you to focus on is that once the things that come from the external world are in your area, in your space, then at that point, what you do with them, that depends on you. And I know that it's only words so far, and that's why today I want to walk you through 5 different levels of proactivity that affect your life. And no person only lives in one level. There may be certain situations, certain environments, certain areas in which you find yourself being more present at a certain level rather than another. It's fine, don't worry, okay? Just observe yourself, understand if there is a result now that you want, but that you keep not having. What are you telling yourself about that result? If a project that you had to deliver, you didn't deliver it on time, what are you telling yourself about that? And this is what we're going to analyze today. Let's start with the first level of proactivity. That's called blame. So, as you can imagine, there's not much proactivity in this level. And that's the level in which you usually say, something doesn't happen as you wanted, it's not my fault. They did that. They said that. I tried, but they did it. To make it simpler, let's make an example with a project. You're in a project with your team, you don't manage to deliver it on time, and your first instinct is to say or to think inside you, of course, because they didn't do their part. Maybe there are situations in which you feel like that. And given that nowadays we're all pretty enlightened, probably we don't often say it, not to the person or not to anyone, but if there is even just part of you that thinks it's their fault, it's okay, maybe it is their fault. Maybe they did make certain mistakes, but ask yourself, how will that turn out helpful for you? Thinking that they made mistakes, how does that help you to get things done? Not much. You're giving them the power of your results. So is that the best way of approaching your situations and your goals? Second level is called 50-50. What does it mean? Second level is already more enlightened than level number 1 because it's more like we didn't give the project on time because I know that I could have worked better. I know that I could have done more. But if my colleague had provided me with the right data in time, I would have made it. If my colleague hadn't got to the last minute to get things done, we would have made it. So I'm aware that part of the responsibility is mine, but there's also that colleague, that person that has their part. Now, again, same as the first level. Here, you're already acknowledging that there's something that you could have done better, but still, you haven't achieved the result that you want, so what do you want to do about it now? So it's not by thinking, okay, they should have done better, that you are going to achieve more results next time. Level 3. Third level is circumstances. What does that mean? It means that maybe I know that it's my responsibility, I'm not blaming anyone for that, but we should also acknowledge that it was raining that day. We should also acknowledge that the systems went down. We should also acknowledge that something out of my control happened, and so I did my best, but circumstances just didn't make it happen. And think, what are those circumstances in which you tell yourself that? Yeah, I did my part, but it was stronger than me. It was out of my control. It was above my control. Level number 4. Level number 4, we're entering to the realm of proactivity. So level number 4 is yes, but. What does that mean? It means that I know that it's my responsibility. Yes, I know it. I know that it only depends on me. I know that I could have done something different, but I don't really know what else I could have done. I don't really know how I could have acted there. So think about this. This is the level in which a lot of people that have done a lot of personal development are usually. So I know it's my responsibility, but still I don't have the result that I want. But still I don't know what else I could have done. And there are so many times in which we may feel like this if we have already heard about the concept of proactivity, responsibility, causativity. Everyone calls it in a different way. So ask yourself, how many times do you tell yourself, I know it's my responsibility, but still I don't have the result that I want? And then there's the fifth level, and that's a level that requires us to really take a leap. And the fifth level is, yes, so. What does this mean? It means, yes, I know it's my responsibility. Yes, I know that it depends on me. Yes, I know I create my reality. So now I'm going to make sure that it happens. Now I'm going to learn whatever I had to learn by not achieving what I wanted, and I'm going to make sure that next time I get where I want to be. I'm getting out of the world of buts and ifs, and I'm getting into the so. Yes, so. It's in my hands. How do I want to take charge of it? So, given that we're talking about so's, how do you want to take charge of your life? What is the one project, the one thing that you know you've been telling yourself, yeah, it's out of my control, and then now you want to really focus on? If you, instead of thinking that it's out of your control, you start to focusing on the talents that you have, on the things that are within your control, the things that can allow you to sort it, to make it happen, then in 1 week time, in 2 months time, in 1 year time, we're going to talk about something completely different. We're going to celebrate all the results that you have had. So, time to act, time to take responsibility. If you feel like it, write down in the comments what that project is that you really want to make happen now. And leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Watch these couple of videos that can be helpful for you on this topic as well. And I will see you in the next video.